So let's have a look at outputting this document that we've got here. We haven't saved it yet, so let's just go File and Save. We'll save that in here, InDesign Test 01. So this is an InDesign Creative Cloud 2014 document. We could change it down to Creative Suite versions if we wanted to as well, just for backwards compatibility. And here it's saying always save preview images with documents, so then that's just the little icon that you can see down here. This is being saved in the same place as the background, the logo graphic that we made in a previous video. That's there, test 0002 PSD, and this is an InDesign document INDD. So let's just save that in there. So if you wanted to output this as a JPEG to put on your blog, then we can just go here into export, and then you've got options for different sorts of files that you can send out of here, and here's JPEG. So InDesign test 01.jpg, let's press save, and then what this gives us is a selection of, if we've got more pages, if we've built up a bunch of pages in InDesign as if we were building a document, then you could select a number of pages. If you've got 5 different pages, you can send them all out. You could select a few pages, you can select all of them. You can do them as single individual pages or spreads, so 2 A4 pages next to each other is the same as 1 A3. We'll just leave that as all and pages there. Here, this is looking at the output quality of the JPEG, so depending on what you want this at, you might want to put it at high or maximum even, so let's put that one up to high. This is how the image loads, so we'll leave that as it is, and then we've got the resolution here. So it only needs to be 72 pixels per inch PPI if you're going to put this JPEG in a blog, so we can leave that as it is. 300 is going to be if it's for print. The internet uses RGB color space, so we'll set that there, and you can see it's bringing these profiles in, it's anti-aliasing any graphics, and we could add the document bleed settings if we wanted to as well, but we'll just leave that off, and then we'll press export, and then that will have saved into here. So here's the test JPEG, and you can see that the state of the graphics are fine, even though they looked a little bit ropey in InDesign. They're nice and clear there. So let's have a look at how you would export this as a more printable document. If you were going to print this out, if you were to send it to a printer, a person printer, or a printer machine, then I would go here, file, export again, but this time I would save it out as a PDF, portable document format file for print. So in here, same file name, PDF, we'll press save, and now we get a bunch of more options to look at. And if you're going to print it out on the printers in the printing room, go for high quality print on here, and then you don't want to change any of these things. Okay, so compression, leave that as it is. You can add marks and bleed, so these are your printer marks, crop marks, and your bleed marks. This will have registration marks and colour test bars and things, and these are all things that printers use. They have them on the outside of the main image, and these would be things that would get cropped off. So all of these things come beyond the page boundary itself. So it'll show you where the crop marks are, show you the bleed, and it'll show you how this image is going to get cut down. So it's okay to leave all of those on. And if there is any text in there, these are what the lines are going to be, and that's the size that they're going to be on there. If there's any additional bleed and slug here, it's going to use those, or it isn't. Okay. We can leave all of this. That's going to stay as it is. So is that, and then we can see a quick summary of the whole thing. So if we now press export, this will output this file to PDF, and so we'll go and have a look in here, and you can see this has made me a PDF file. We'll have a look at that, and again, quality of the image is really nice and sharp. It's rendered this text really well for us, and you can see we've got all of these crop marks and the boundary guides and all of that sort of thing. They're all in here. We've got the date that the document was made and what the file is called as well. And so that's something that you can put straight into Photoshop in the printing room, and then you can print that out and you're ready to go.